this.
You know what? Let me come over. And I will help you. I can hold it up while I can hold the book.
This is a pedigree chart, and it shows my family. And we're talking about JC Werner and his dad and brothers, I think, sailed all the way to Maryland.
Okay. I love the pedigree chart. Boys and girls, the pedigree chart tells you, it's almost like a family tree.
That's what's interesting. And this is JC Werner, and he builds barns, churches, houses, and this is where the barn he built. This used to be a regular barn, and now it's all like a hotel thingy. It's right here in this one, and here in this one, and I think here in this one. And this is what our barn used to look like, and now it looks like this.
And let me hold it. Let me open it up a little bit. I'm going to do it this way.
This is his signal for the barn star, and it's on all of these things, even on this book. This is a peg, and this is and when our barn used to look like a regular barn, it was just made out of pegs and a hammer. But now that it's a like hotel thingy barn, it's made out of pegs and nails. And this is a clock he built, and it isn't a clock that's electric. You have to wind it up every week, I think. This is a cradle that JC Werner built, and everybody in my family got to lay in it when they were babies.
That's very cool.
And this is JC Werner's band, and he practiced his stuff in his workshop where he kept all his tools and stuff. This is his tuba. This is his trumpet, and this is me playing his trumpet. I can't actually play it. And this is they didn't have time to go run and get a new pair of shoes because their bottom shoes were broken. So they had to make their bottom shoes. And if you want to see the shoes for real life, this is what they look like. And this is what you used to make your bottom of your shoe. You would put it on and scrape the old bottom off and put on a new bottom.
It's pretty amazing.
And then
Questions at the end, you know.
this is old-time bathing suit. And I bought it. Look, it's really furry.
That's a bathing suit. You heard him correctly. Think about the bathing suit you wear. That's a bathing suit that this gentleman probably wore, correct?
Yeah, and that's, I think, JC Werner measure. And it's made out of wool, so it's very furry. And
Very furry.
very furry.
Could you imagine wearing a furry bathing suit?
That would be crazy.
But that's
my
how it
mom's-
was.
My mom and grandma said I won't have time to do the rest, so.
Well,
You have about 2 minutes because we want to leave time for questions. So why don't you sit on your bottom so that those friends can see. Why don't you do 2 more pages?
Okay. And this is January, and these are some of maybe what he would done if he was still here. He would have roasted marshmallows and did fireworks and baked stuff and probably played instruments. But most of the time he had to work because he was a builder. And on
it says on Easter.
On Easter, he traveled. They didn't go as far because they had to ride in a horse and buggy, so they didn't have cars, so they didn't travel that much. And he probably would have maybe just gone swimming. I don't know.
Maybe. Or stayed around his town area, correct?
I don't know.
Maybe would have gone swimming.
Maybe.
And it says here, your family usually celebrates Easter together.
Yeah.
And it says, sometimes we celebrate in Maryland, but you've gone on spring break to places like Niagara Falls or St. Thomas or California.
My brother loved this place.
But we went on an airplane, which there were no airplanes when JC Werner was a young person.
No.
No cars.
These are weird hangers. This is a weird hanger, and this is another weird hanger.
And what are these?
Well, I think this one is the one where you wear under your dress, and this is a dress, I think.
So I think maybe this is almost like an apron. So it's like a dress with a dress on top.
And they did wear aprons because they wanted to keep their clothes clean. So they would change their aprons but keep their clothes. They'd wear their clothes a lot of times.
This is amazing.
These are about 100 years old.
Think about that. The clothes that you're looking at were worn by somebody probably about your age. 100 years ago. That's amazing.
And they made a weird kind of hanger.
Yeah, it's probably the way they had to hang it that it looks like that. However, it hung in their house, maybe on a hook.
Like this way.
Maybe like that, correct. Maybe like that.
My clothes hang this way.
Yeah, my clothes hang this way in the closet as well. So, there's a lot to take in here. And we might not get to all of our, well, I think we might. Questions for Payton. This is amazing.
What are the other people's nose? The parents are? Oh, that's me, that's my dad and my parents, and you follow the line. Before, when I was doing about Ireland, it went to me, and then it went to my dad, and then it went to my parents, and then it went to my dad's parents and up. But now that I'm doing this, it goes me and my brother that's not on here, me, and then my parents, then my mom's parents, and then my mom's dad's parents, and then up and up and up.
Wow, that was great the way you explained that. I'm very impressed. So we actually, this time, we weren't here for Peyton's first show and tell, but for this show and tell, he followed up his mom's side to his mom's dad's side. 1 minute, Ryan. And then up and up and up till we got to Josiah C. Werner, J.C. Werner.
Yeah,
So he would be your what?
let's see.
He would be your great uncle?
Great
Grandparent. 3 greats. Wow, nope, just 3 greats. Can I have my lunch cart monitor go with Ryan, please? Are there any other questions for Peyton?
Did you really actually get to see, like, the guy who made the shoes and stuff?
No,
Why is that not possible?
because he was born 100 years ago, I think, and I was never alive then.
I wasn't alive then. Your parents weren't even alive. So these are all historical or history facts that Peyton's learned from his grandparents and his parents.
Mostly my grandma.
But the barn that J.C. Werner built on his property, Peyton's great-grandparents decided to make into a house for us to use as a vacation place.
Yeah.
And so they saved all of this stuff for us to enjoy and look at and know what it was like to live there 100 years ago.
And we kind of stole those shoes from the barn and that metal shoe thing.
This is very heavy.
Yeah.
But they would use something like this.
Yeah, but you can't put the shoe on because it's too old and it's too small. It's, This one is the next size bigger. So.
Well, I'm impressed with the amount of information that you have. Any other questions for Peyton? Brooke?
Did you ever try to swim in that bathing suit before?
No.
But do you think that this bathing suit would be comfortable?
Yes.
No.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
No.
So Mrs. Kirby's going to tell you that wool, which is what this is made of, that's what Peyton and his grandmother said, is incredibly itchy.
Yeah.
So, and it's incredibly heavy.
Yeah, but kind of soft.
It is a little soft. Yeah, we're going to head down. We're going to head down. So I don't know if this would be something so amazing to take a swim in. I don't think so.
I don't think the people back then would like it.
But I'm hopeful that you'll bring your book back when we have the next cultural show and tell so we can do the rest of the book. There's quite a bit more in there. I would like you to be able to share that, even if there's something different that you want to bring in with it.
Like I can finish this one and then I can do my.
Well, that one will be later. Yep. The regular show and tell will be later, but I wanted Grandma to see your cultural show and tell. I think Peyton deserves a round of applause, don't you? I'm excited by all the wonderful things you brought in today. Thank you very much.
Did a great job.
And let's give Mrs.
Rhodes.
Let's give Mrs. Rhodes a huzzah.
Huzzah!
Because we
Thank
do love
you.
learning new information.